It's November 2018 on a Friday. I had just gotten home from school and was sitting on the couch, and my mom was at the table. We started to talk, and after a couple of minutes, she said something that would change my life forever. She told me she didn't love my dad anymore, which explained why my dad had been sleeping on the couch for the past few nights. When my dad came home, my view of him changed. He looked sad and broken, and I began to feel that way too. That's when I knew the next couple of months would be not so great. Thanksgiving came and things were starting to get pretty rough, and the only thing I could be thankful for that day was that every day is a new day. Christmas was reasonably good, but not the same. I was just grateful to spend time with my parents while we were all still somewhat a family. Then my dad was staying over at a friend's house for a couple of days to relieve some tension at home. When he did come home, things were still pretty awkward. My parents started fighting on a regular basis, and my earbuds weren't always there to save the day. It was hard to distract myself, as hollow as our house was and as loud as they were talking. Eventually, my dad was living in his own room in the house and would only come out when she wasn't home. December flew by, and soon enough it was January. I had been very stressed and sleep deprived. I would wrestle with who I was spending my time with, between my mom, my dad, my friends, and my priorities. During the week, I'd go for a run after school, do homework, and then use my remaining time to hang out with my dad. On weekends, during the day, I'd either hang out with my mom or try to hang out with friends. It was so hard to focus in school, and most definitely finals. I could only do my best with what energy I had. The only thing that really helped with all this was going to my counselor or my dad. It was hard to talk to my mom about this without her saying something negative about my dad. I was mad at her for the longest time because of things she had said for a while, but eventually I didn't care anymore. It didn't do anything for me. Though we still continue to fight about the smallest things, and it's still hard to talk to her about how I feel. May of 2019 came, and my parents were officially divorced. And to top things off, my mom decided she wanted full custody, and my dad didn't have the chance to fight back. It's still really hard, and it makes things a lot more stressful. It's now 2020, and I've been a lot better. Both of my parents are getting remarried, and yes, it's new, but it's a new start. Now, sometimes I ask myself, how do I keep a smile on my face, or how can I still be the cheery person people always have thought me to be? The answer is progression. Progression to move forward. Progression because I know there's people that also feel this way out there. People wonder how I can be so positive all the time no matter what. Most of it was because of self-motivation, but I also had some friends and my dad to be there for me in times I needed something positive out of a negative situation. I learned to be that way because they believe I can get through anything, whether it's a race or divorce. So ask yourself, what's one thing I can be positive for today?